Holla! If you hear me, welcome back
Woo.
to the Headaches and Hot Takes podcast.
Woo.
I'm your host, Chaperian. That over there with the Purple Rain t-shirt and the Dolphins headband. Schedule reveal. Go Fins, right? Rocking
Yes,
with
sir.
the Fins this year? Yeah?
That's what.
They gonna do well?
I think I'm gonna ride with the Dolphins this year. I think that's gonna be my team.
All right. I meant like they're going to do well. I didn't mean like you're going to pull for the Dolphins this year. It sounded like I was asking that. I was not.
I know. What are you picking this year?
I'll get to this in a second, but I have a funny thing that made me think of. But I don't think I've introduced you yet, sir. You are Hern, my co-host Hern, a.k.a. the medieval Bailey, a.k.a. the hypothetical Purple Lantern, a.k.a. the stickiest wicket, love, the Herniator. How you doing, sir?
Justin Herbert in hypothetical situations.
Shaq and Kobe. That one Shaq and Kobe video all the time. Have you seen it specifically?
Yeah, uh-huh.
They're like Justin Herbert in hypothetical situations and Shaq and Kobe going off. Did you see? I honestly thought I would get a ruse out of my timeline, a.k.a. the usual suspects on my timeline on Twitter, the people that actually answer me, the people that actually see my tweets, the 4 people active on my Twitter.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I don't think any of you found this tweet interesting at all. And I was like, I thought somebody would find this funny. Or it'd be like, you had me for a second, not going to lie. Because there was a Reds fan yesterday who basically was like, I'm done with the Reds. I'm over the Reds. I'm no longer a Reds fan. As of today, I am officially a Reds fan.
Yeah, I saw you say that, and I was like, okay, this is like some Cincinnati thing. That I
No,
don't understand.
he did it on his own. This one guy. Reds fans are pissed off right now.
Like, was he trying to be funny?
Yes.
I guess. Like, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if somehow like somebody was being stupid and thought that like Cincinnati and the Reds were 2 different teams or something. Maybe somehow.
So I confused you a little bit.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know what this is.
That's actually incredibly reasonable. Now that you mention it, because I was like, I didn't get a single answer on this. I thought somebody would find this really funny. No, nobody said a word though. I was like, whatever. He said, it's official. I'm done with the Cincinnati Reds. I will officially be switching my allegiance to the Cincinnati Reds. I will take no further questions at this time. I quoted it and said, I totally agree with you. After 25 years of being a Cincinnati Reds fan, I can't do this anymore. Because we're awful right now, if you can't tell. We're stinking it up. We might end up a bottom 3 team in Major League Baseball this year when we were projected to be in the race for our division this year. We're playing awful.
Man, wow.
So I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm done with this team and organization. As of today, you can officially consider me a Cincinnati Reds fan. Go Reds. I thought somebody would find this funny. I thought I would have some of you in the first half. Not going to lie.
Not going to lie.
Because of the debacle with the defunct Washington Redskins and football team, who technically still exists, but not to me. They're dead to me.
Oh my God.
They could come back tomorrow and I wouldn't jump ship, by the way. I get asked that a lot. Sorry, Dad. Apologies, Dad. That's going to hurt your feelings to hear, Dad. They could come back tomorrow and I'm never jumping ship again, I swear to God. The only thing that would ever make me jump ship would be if the Bengals rebranded and I hated it. If they rebranded to the Cincinnati Piles of Poop, I don't have to pull for the Cincinnati Piles of Poop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sign up for that. That's different than what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? Right?
The Cincinnati Dung Piles.
Or if, that's essentially it, actually. I think they could. I've thought this through, and I would really hate it if they relocated. But if they relocated and they were still the Bengals, I mean, I'm not going anywhere. So it is what it is. I would feel really bad, especially as a native Cincinnatian now. But I'm not going anywhere. So it would take them rebranding to something really terrible that I just can't get behind for me to ever even consider doing it again. And I promise, with my name on it right here, right now, I swear to God I'm never picking another team again. That process sucks. Mentally, it's weird. Having like 2 different periods of fandom, I'm never doing that again. It's miserable. So if something ever happens to the Bengals, I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I swear. On my grave. My eventual grave. I'm done. Okay? It's Bengals till I die or until the Bengals die.
I swear.
But because of that, anyways, I was saying, I thought some of you would find it funny and be like, oh my God, is he switching teams again? Like, is he switching another team?
Okay.
Until I thought somebody would find it funny.
Yeah.
Nobody responded at all.
What if they became the Cincinnati Buckers?
Buckers. God.
The name.
Don't even get me
the
started,
name.
man.
The name is fortunate. Now, dude, how about the Chargers?
You can't get me started, actually. Yeah. Talk about it.
The Chargers putting him in the kitchen in their schedule reveal video.
Dude. So good.
The Chargers have had a great social media team for years. Sincerely, one of the best.
He could make 2 meals a year and spend more time in the kitchen than he does on the football field.
Yep.
But he wants to act like...
On the actual field. That was that TikTok. Okay. It was... They calculated it up to roughly over his 10-year career, assuming he has a 10-year career. Maybe he already has. How long has Bucker been around?
Hot minute. He's been the kicker for all of Mahomes' career, so he's sitting there with 3 rings on the back of his amazing quarterback. So,
well, anyway, yeah. Assuming he has a 10-year career, he would play about 1 hour of football in a span of 10 years. And they're like, and you just sat in a room full of women who got their degrees, worked so hard, and said,
what do you tell them?
Your job is to have babies. It's insane, dude.
And then, like I said,
insane.
And I don't care if this is slightly political. I really don't care if it is, because I'm willing to go down this route, and I will defend this route anyways.
Okay.
There's people being like, he's just speaking his mind. Can't we just as Americans feel what we want to feel these days? And I'm like, what a douche. I'm like, no, he's being a douche.
Of all places to do that, like, I agree.
College
you can think what you want to think, but at a college graduation. And like I said, I take issue. My biggest issue with it, period, dude. I don't like celebrities at graduations. I think it's stupid. I don't like. I've said it before. It's probably my biggest pet peeve of all things, if you could believe it, is people who like idolize anybody. I don't think anybody.
It's not my thing.
Deserves
We've
to be
agreed on that since
idolized.
like we first started talking.
Yeah,
it's not my thing.
So period. Like that's whatever. Daniel Tosh did a great bit on this. He's talking about in the joke, because I'm assuming it's fake. He's talking about like he was asked to do the commencement at a high school, and he's like literally says like nobody has changed their life because of the high school or the commencement address.
Never.
Oh, you're telling me I can do whatever I want? That's not gonna happen. So why at a graduation? Which I'm sorry, graduations are only important. They're only okay to the people graduating.
Yeah.
Can we just admit that? Can we admit as a society that graduations suck?
I did not do my college graduation.
I didn't either.
You didn't either.
It is such.
Let's go, bro.
It is such a long day. It is such a long day to hear 3 seconds of, and with this, here's this guy. Woo!
And how many times do you get told throughout the process, at least if you went to Woodrow Wilson High School in Beckley, West Virginia, it's not for you. It's for your parents.
It's for your parents. Because your parents work so hard.
My parents weren't taking AP Calc. So,
and then like, it's a celebration. I finished this thing that I hated doing for 12 years. Let me play with silly string if I want.
Let me decorate my freaking cap, Ronald B. Cantley. Yeah, name drop you.
That's so stupid.
And that's B-E-E as his middle name, if you didn't know.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, you had him, right? He was or at least your principal when you graduated, right?
Yeah, he was there, yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, so just celebrities, graduations are terrible. Point A. Point B, celebrity speaking graduation. I don't care, as somebody who honestly hates a lot of celebrities, I don't care about what anybody, pick a person. I don't care what so-and-so has to say. They're this famous actor. Oh, you can do anything you want. I remember way back when. But you are so out of touch with the reality, most likely, that you have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's funny.
I don't need Seinfeld up there telling me that I can do whatever I want. I just
Well, Judge Judy.
That was a wild... You said that and I was like, what?
Real talk. South Charleston High School in Beckley, West Virginia had Judge Judy speak at their commencement class for the graduating class of 2017. We had no one, and that's fine. But it's really weird that they had Judge Judy, is all I'm saying. Because, like, what a pull! What a pull!
Yeah, why? Does she have some affiliation?
I could not...
At all?
I don't know anybody from South Charleston. I heard about this, is all I did, right? It did happen. That's verifiable. I could not find any tie to her and anyone or anything in South Charleston. I think it's just a matter of, like, someone probably knew someone who like, hey, can you give me somebody interesting for the commencement speech? They're like, how about Judge Judy? I'm like, okay.
Anybody. Judge Judy is, if you had
That's
to
a
pick
decent pull. That's a household name, bro. Everybody knows Judge Judy.
Everybody knows Judge Judy. Yep.
So there's a YouTuber, which he grew up in, I might get this wrong. I want to say he grew up in Arizona, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Jay Leno as his commencement speaker. And he's a mega famous YouTuber. I'm talking about Ludwig Ogren.
Jay Leno is,
you don't know who that is. You know him?
Jay Leno? Yeah.
Well, Ludwig Ogren, not Jay
Big
Leno.
famous on YouTube.
Yeah. But, yeah, he had Jay Leno at his, and he told him, he was like, I'm going to be on TV just like you. And he does the Jay Leno way, says, I'll see you there, kid. And he was like, I obviously did not do that. Nor did that conversation or seeing Jay Leno make me want to do that. And so I just thought it was very par for the course of what you said. So you came in, you were like, can we talk about this? I'm like,
it's just stupid, dude. Like,
yeah.
And then graduations are terrible. I'm sorry. I love celebrating the persons that are graduating. Congratulations. But it's not your fault that it sucks. It's not your fault. I'm not mad at the person. I'm mad at the university or the high school or anything that makes it so incredibly boring. Let's sing our alma mater. Let's hear from this doctor who graduated from here 40 years ago. And here's some celebrity half of you know. Why? What are we doing? Do you have to justify costing so much?
I agree that it is
to
an
make it last
accomplishment,
6 hours?
and we should acknowledge our accomplishments.
Yes.
But who agreed on graduations? I'm not even pressed about this. I'm not even taking a stance on this. I'm just questioning. Like, who agreed on like the graduation process for it to get ingrained into our society?
I think it's one of those things where it's just like we've always done it this way. Okay, it doesn't mean it's good. That does not mean we should keep doing it. So
electoral college.
I just have. Oh my god, I have beef with graduations.
That's too
period.
political. We should not get on that subject.
Butker gets up there, dude, and like
Butker.
I've long said this, that any man who says anything along the lines of "be a man" is so not set in their masculinity. They're the one like, and they're always the ones preaching as if they are. I'm the biggest manly man ever. I work hard, and my hands are dirty all the time. No. You suck, and I guarantee you wouldn't let your daughters paint your fingernails. Your wife's miserable. You wouldn't let your daughters paint your fingernails. You're not wearing an I'm Just Ken hoodie. That's rainbow colored. You would look at me like I'm a fruitcake for wearing that. Like, you suck. And then, honestly, for the longest time, that's the only clip I saw, was him saying, like, men need to be men. And the biggest lie told, that the world can survive without men. Who is saying that? Who? I've never heard, like, I get, like, as a joke, the extreme, like, feminist side might be like, we don't need men. Nobody's taking that seriously. Nobody is like, the world can function without men, and nobody genuinely believes the world can function without women. Nobody's saying this, Butker. Nobody. We've known for decades
that the victim mentality of people who have never been victimized is kind of sickening, and this is probably, again, the most political you'll hear us get. That's a very political train of thought anyways. The victimization of people who have not been victims in any facet of their entire life is sickening to me. I'm really getting over it as an American. It's both sides too, people. Like, breaking news, it doesn't matter if you're trying to like put me in a lane here as to which side I'm on. It's both of you. So
yeah, you all suck. And that's what I said, because for the longest time I only saw that one clip of him saying men are men, need to be men, yada yada. And I was like, it goes the same way. If a woman got up there and said, as a woman, yada, 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 men suck, yada, yada, I would have beef with that too. That's just how it goes. It wasn't until, like, literally yesterday, it took some time for me to realize that he basically said women belong either in the kitchen or having babies.
Yeah, like I said, the context did not help him at all, I don't think. I don't think the context did him any favors. So, not a fan. I think he's kind of been a well-known douche anyways, just as... Like, he's not like a dirty player. It's kind of hard to be as a kicker, but he's kind of a well-known like douchebag, for what it's worth. So
he's on the Chiefs.
Couldn't fit the Kansas City Chiefs culture any better.
Yeah, at this point, I'm trying to think of a Chief that I like.
Don't care. You're all annoying.
So. I didn't hear an ounce of that, but I'm so excited to hear it. I'm excited to hear that in post, because I just
did it again. I did it again. You didn't hear it that time either?
A little bit. You sound like a dog.
Yeah. 3 rings. 3 rings. 3 rings. 3 rings. 3 rings.
Oh my god.
Mahomes has 3 rings. Mahomes has 3 rings. Okay, congrats. You have none. Congrats on your team. You have 0. You have as many as I do, bro. Chill out.
Sports people are funny.
Nothing pisses off a Kansas City Chiefs fan more than a conversation that has nothing to do with the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I'm right, bro. I'm right.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Don't boo me. Don't boo me because I'm right. Anyways, that was your subject, and this next one is also your subject. Do you want to?
Yeah, I feel bad.
Move along? No, that's how
I feel bad.
There's only 3 subjects tonight. It's had to be that way, you know.
Okay. Well, the last subject is yours, so I guess that's fine.
Last subject is mine, but you're gonna be involved. It's a game.
Yay! I'm so excited.
So, yeah.
We're moving into my favorite subject of the week, which is the headache and/or hot take of the week, buddy. We're gonna have a momentous occasion.
Okay.
And to a degree, you're gonna pick what my hot take is.
Love it.
Because they're both headaches. Spoiler alert, they're both headaches. I've already disclosed to you what the one is that I have, so you know what one option is. The other one you will know in a moment, and which one I pick is gonna be based on your response to this statement forthcoming. Are you prepared?
Is it gonna be one of those things where I pick one, you do the other one?
No, it's gonna be like I'm gonna say a statement, and either you're gonna be like, and that conversation will end, and I will move on to.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna say this statement, you're gonna be like,
yes.
I don't think so.
What a great idea. Let's do it, bro. I'm ready.
Specifically, because you didn't respond to me in our most recent engagement. I said, for anyone wanting to get caught up, if you think Roger Federer is the greatest tennis player of all time, I have no beef. I have no beef with you. I think it's fine. I disagree. I personally think Novak Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time.
Okay.
That's fine. It's the moment somebody says, Djokovic is only good because Federer is no longer playing, or because Federer got hurt, or because blank. I take extreme issue with these people. What's your response to that statement?
In complete and honest, like seriousness, like legitimate seriousness, my genuine first response in my mind was, So.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm just like, okay.
Do you agree?
I don't think I did that. Is why I would say like, I didn't mean to do that if I did. I'm telling you, like, their peaks never crossed. We never got peak Federer and peak Djokovic. Straight up. That's not even a debate. You're not debating that either. My argument is I saw peak Federer. I saw peak Djokovic. Djokovic, I should say. I'm thinking of Nikola Jokic.
I know.
Yeah.
You combine them. That was funny.
They're both Serbian too, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah. So Jokic and Djokovic. Novak Djokovic.
The ultimate athlete. The ultimate athlete. Combine those two. Holy crap.
Imagine. Good God. I saw the peaks of both. My deduction from watching both is Federer was better.
That's fine.
I imagine you saw plenty of Federer at his peak if you liked tennis when you were younger.
Revolutionized the sport. Revolutionized it, I think.
Which means you saw the peaks of both and think Djokovic is better. And so that's a fine argument on both of our sides. I saw both of their peaks. I think one's better. I saw both of their peaks. I think the other's better. And I'm like, okay, that's about as wholesome of a sports argument as you're going to have. Okay.
True. That's what I'm saying.
I think my genuine response to you was just, I think you're like, he's the GOAT. And I was just like, I like Federer better. I think Federer was better.
That's fine. If that's the discourse, that's fine. And my counter argument to these people that say, well, he's only won so much because Federer stopped playing or because blank. As far as I know, this is still a thing. I know it was there for a while when COVID was really big. Mm-hmm. Djokovic was not vaccinated and could not play in the U.S. Open.
He was kind of a douche.
So can I use these people's argument against him and say, whoever won the U.S. Open didn't really win because they wouldn't have won if Djokovic was playing.
No number one player in the world wasn't playing.
Yeah. No, they would not take that.
Number one
That's not acceptable. I'm not sure that this exact moment he is. I think so, actually, because I think literally this week he got upset this week. I think somebody upset him, and I think he was number one.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
You wouldn't take that as an argument. It's not an argument. Well, whoever wins the U.S. Open, it's an asterisk because Djokovic isn't playing.
That's what cracks me up about it is still him. It's not really that close either.
He's the oldest player ever to be ranked number one. Ever.
Yeah, he's 36. Here are the ages of rankings 2 through 20. 22, 21, 28, 27, 26, 25, 25, 27, 32. 25, 21, 26, 21, 25, 26, 26, 27, 23, 23. He's 36.
But he ain't beating Federer, so that don't matter. He ain't beating Federer.
He didn't beat Prime Federer.
Are you stupid?
Prime
He's
Federer
beating...
whooped him, but it wasn't Prime Djokovic either.
Yes, so I don't care. I agree that you can almost discount their head-to-heads, because if you want to pinpoint their earlier head-to-heads, yes, Prime Federer beat Djokovic. If I want to pinpoint their later head-to-heads, Prime Djokovic whooped
Hospice Federer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the world works. Like,
it is,
and that's my question for these people. Are you aware of how the world works?
Let's just think of it this way.
Eventually, we are seeing it now. Djokovic is going to. He's still number one right now. Give it 2 years at most. He's going to be phased out. We're seeing Sinner and these other young guys come up, and they're going to be the next Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, big three.
Let's put it this way.
We're going to see it.
Who's better all time, Scottie Scheffler or Tiger Woods?
I don't know who Scottie Scheffler is. So by name alone, I'm going to say Tiger Woods.
Say that Tiger Woods is the correct answer there, and nobody's going to disagree with you on that. But
I guess. No,
Scottie Scheffler is by far the best golf player in the world right now. Okay? By far. And I'm not a huge fan just because I think he's kind of boring. He's a great guy, great person. Mm-hmm. But I grew up with Tiger and Phil, and Tiger was electrifying and Phil was controversial. So I kind of like my top golf player spicy, and he's just he's very buttered, chicken with salt. He's chicken with salt and pepper. You know what I mean? Is he gonna fill you up? Yeah. Is he that interesting? No. So all that to say, the reason I brought this up, Scottie Scheffler. Well, look at Scottie and Tiger in tournaments they're both in together. Because if you didn't know, Tiger has reeked lately. I've been using that word a lot. Reeked. He's reeked.
You like reeked. Yeah, you like.
Yeah, I like
reeked. Yeah.
Tiger has reeked for years. He won the Masters a few years ago in almost a fluke fashion because he played like he hadn't played in like a decade, and he's not played well since. Other than that, Scottie Scheffler is dominating the golf world. And so, well, Scottie Scheffler dominated any tournament the Tiger was in with him. Well, yeah, Tiger Woods peaked in like 2005. I bet he did dominate him in 2019 onwards, All that to say, Djokovic versus Federer does not really matter at all. Federer versus Nadal matters a lot. Federer versus Andy Murray, I would even say, matters a lot.
Yeah.
And that Andy Murray's peak, because I think it was Andy Murray's peak and it was past Federer's peak, and Federer still generally dominated him. Although I don't know their exact head-to-heads. Feels like he dominated him. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Federer in Wimbledon probably whooped Nadal on clay.
Federer in Wimbledon, baby. Hey, yo.
Yeah, Nadal on clay, he's going to whoop. So
Nadal on clay. Nadal French Open, Federer in Wimbledon. That was just kind of how it went every year.
Yeah. So that's my overall summary of that, is that sincerely, if you think Federer is the GOAT, that's fine. I won't argue. It's the moment somebody says Djokovic is...
Federer, Andy Murray.
Wow.
And Murray got the better of him a lot early on. Murray was 5-2 against him from 05 to 09, and Federer dominated him way later. That's very shocking to me. Keep going, though. Andy Murray's not in the conversation.
That's it. It's the moment somebody says, well, Djokovic is only good because of blank. I encourage you to look at the fact that he still continues at this exact moment. He is ranked number one in the world. He's still beating hundreds upon hundreds of people. Federer has nothing to do with his success or failure. He is doing it, and he's good.
Yeah. It would be nice if we could have pushed the prime of Djokovic back about 6 or 7 years, and we could have seen them both at the same time. They are referred to as a 4-person group: Federer, Nadal, Murray, Djokovic. Their careers are forever intertwined for forever, and they're always going to be.
I think they really did a good job of just normalizing. I don't know if that's the word, but they really brought the sport to a lot of people, I think.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't watch tennis, Tiger did it for golf, whatever.
Oh yeah. You don't know Scottie Scheffler. I don't know those other guys you named earlier. You're like, they're next. I'm like, I don't know who the frick you're talking about, pal. No. They need a Caitlin Clark. Specifically. You know what I mean? They need a Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. So if that's it, pal, then that's where that hot take or headache ends. And I at this moment, I will let you decide if you want me to go into my other rant or if you want me to save that for another time.
Yeah, we could get going. And here's what I have in mind. I'd like to play a little game with you. Oh. And then I figure I could just pull some interesting ones to see if there's one that sticks true to you from our favorite subject that we've never talked about, Mandela Effects.
Not yet.
I should have previewed it in the beginning of the episode, and then we wouldn't have talked about it.
Yeah, apparently. It's like 4 straight weeks.
If you don't know what a Mandela Effect is, essentially, it is something that a generous portion of the population all remembers incorrectly. A very common example is the Fruit of the Loom logo. Picture it in your head right now. You probably, or at least potentially, thought of fruit coming out of a cornucopia. Fair?
Yeah.
It does not, has not, never will been the logo. There's no cornucopia in that logo. What?
Mm-hmm. It never has.
Never has. Other than on April Fool's Day a couple years ago when they wanted to mess with you all. Okay?
Oh, that's funny.
I thought so too, right? Yeah. It never has. And why would they lie about it, people? Okay? I don't know what to tell you. There are a lot of really good ones out there. That is one of the most common ones. That's a good example of what we're going to talk about here. So, Mandela Effects. Things we all remember wrong. Hern, I am going to send you 2 pictures, one after the other, and you are going to have to tell me which of these is correct, and by that very nature of it, tell me which one is not real. These are commonly messed up Mandela Effects. People get these wrong a lot. Okay?
I'm looking for revenge because I think the last game we played was me absolutely butchering that which is worth more.
You didn't get a single one, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for revenge.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I give a hot take? Can I gas you up for a second, bro?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a hot take. I don't know. I think you go 4 for 4.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe it's because I am a no-life who watches Mandela Effect videos on YouTube. So I have one that I want to talk about later. That is true to me. My one personal Mandela Effect. There's another one that's kind of mainstream that I kind of am like, yeah, I remember it being that way. But this one is just personal to me. It's not mainstream. Nobody's talked about it. I remember this being the case, and it was not the case at all. So we'll talk about it later. Okay. I've told you about it before. I don't think you remember, though. It's fine. But for now, we have a game. I'm going to send you 2 pictures. You have to tell me which of these is right and which of these is wrong. We're going to show the pictures on the screen if you're playing at home as well. If you're on Spotify or on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. If you're on Apple Music or anything else, you can complain to them about the fact that you can't see video. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're stupid. Yeah.
But here, sir, is your first set of pictures. I'm sending them right now. That is picture number 1.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And that is picture number 2.
Oh, God.
Which of these is the correct little lovable mascot? And what we're doing here, I'll try to describe it in case you are just audio only. I've got 2 pictures of Pikachu here. And Hern, what are the 2 differences between these 2 pictures?
The only differences I see really are his tail. One of them, he has like a black tipped tail. And the other one, he does not.
Which of these is the correct Pikachu and which one's wrong?
Dude, this is... You're
tough, right? Tough. You're like, hey, yo. This is the mascot for, as we discussed in another game with Hern, for the highest grossing media franchise in the world, commonly referred to as the biggest media franchise in the world as a result. Pokemon. Everyone's seen this guy. We've all seen Pikachu. We know what Pikachu looks like. His tail is iconic. The lightning bolt shaped tail for his electric mouse Pokemon, right? Does he have some on it or does he not?
Here's where I go. I think the one with the black tipped tail looks better because it matches his black tipped ears.
Okay.
I don't think that's right, though. I'm going to say he does not have a black tipped tail.
Final answer, sir?
Final answer.
1 for 1. My prediction is well en route to coming true. How about it, sir?
Okay.
I hope I gave you enough time to play at home as well. I'm sorry if I didn't. Pikachu does not, has not, will never, as I said for the Fruit of the Loom logo, had a black tip on his tail.
I kind of like it, though.
I like it, too. And people adamantly remember it this way, okay? Like, people swear, like, nuh-uh. No, he definitely had that, bro. I remember it, bro. No, you don't, okay? And it gets kind of worse because there are other, like, one-off Pikachus from other versions of like games and iterations of the anime. Like this right here that I'm sending in the chat right now. Up to you if you want to put it on the screen. This is Pikachu Libre. He has the heart-shaped notch. I guess it's a she then, presumably, right? I actually don't know. That's a gender difference for Pikachu, is that males have the lightning bolt shape, just the lightning bolt shape. The females at the end of their tail have a heart-shaped notch in their tail. He has, or she has, I don't know which actually, has the heart-shaped notch and the black section. Both.
Yes.
It's a special, one-of-a-kind Pikachu, okay? That throws a lot of people off. They're like, why would they do that? Why? Like, if it wasn't ever that way, why would they do that?
Yeah.
Here's my take, and here's my take on a lot of Mandela Effects in general. As a fan of Mandela Effects, by the way, I love them. I get engrossed by the idea that we all collectively remember this stuff wrong.
Gets engorged by them. Yeah.
Okay. I have my words, so you're right.
You're right.
You're not collectively remembering it wrong per se, like you are, but you're more so mixing up the details, as someone who mixes up the details very often. What did you say about the tail? Because it matches what? What'd you say?
It matches his black-tipped ears.
You're 100% doing what everyone else does subconsciously, and you're saying he has the black ears and the tail.
It makes sense.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
One other interesting thing about Pikachu that I might be able to... Nah, they're over there. I'm not going to be able to show it. A lot of people forget the little brown section of his tail that you can see right there as well. Would you have known that to be a thing?
No.
He also has 2 brown lines on his back that a lot of people don't realize. You can't see it right there. Sorry, sir. But 2 brown lines
Pikachu
on his
from
back.
the back.
That a lot of people don't know about. What?
Repeat it. I caught a little punny, Batman.
What'd you say?
You seen that video? You seen that video? I caught a little punny. So. Little punny? What's the Pokemon?
Lopunny?
Lopunny? Yeah. Oh, no, Joker, you can't. Oh, yeah, Batman, you know what I want to do to that thing? No, Joker, you can't.
Oh, God. I have seen that video. Yes, I have seen that video.
No, Joker, you can't. That's my favorite.
There's another... What a terrible thing to reference. Gross. There's another really bad one that's popular as well that we're not going to get into. So, that being said, 1 for 1. Golf claps for Herniator.
Woo, yay.
He knows what Pikachu looks like. I hope you did it at home as well.
Really?
He's never had the black notch in his tail, people. Never has.
Sorry.
So, with that being said, here we go again. I'm going to send 2 more pictures. Are you ready, sir?
On our own.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. This one's pretty straightforward, sir. Pretty straightforward. You're going to love this one, actually, for very obvious reasons once you see it.
Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer. I know, I'm trying to get the song. Don't they sing it in the song?
They don't spell it. They spell B-O-L-O-G-N-A. They say, there's Oscar Mayer Bologna and Oscar Mayer Wiener. I don't think they spell Oscar Mayer. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know the Oscar Mayer Wiener song that well, but I know, because Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A. I know that one. They don't spell it in that one. They might spell it in the Oscar Mayer Wiener song.
I thought there was one that they spell it.
I could Google it right now. You obviously cannot. Sir.
This is one, if you could believe it. Based on the fact that you're asking me which one is spelled correctly, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to love this one, actually.
I'm going to guess, like, if I had to pick one, and obviously I do, I think M-E-Y-E-R looks correct.
Okay. Are you liking it?
Rather than M-A-Y-E-R. Oscar Mayer. Yeah, I'm going to go E-Y-E-E-R.
Final answer, sir? Yes.
Y-E-R, yes, final answer.
Alrighty. By the way, the Oscar Mayer Wiener song does not spell out the thing. Neither does the Oscar Mayer Bologna song, unless I'm just remembering it wrong. Let me do that real quick, even though you're already logged in. It does spell it out. Yeah, it does spell it out in that one. I'm such an idiot.
I thought they did in one of the songs spelled out, yeah.
Yep. It does.
And it does
spell it out, and it does spell it correctly. That'd be a crazy Mandela effect if they spelled it wrong in that song.
Yeah, straight up, yeah.
But it is M-A-Y-E-R.
M-A. See?
Yes.
Okay.
It is very commonly misspelled as M-E-Y-E-R.
M-E-Y-E-R does look more correct to me.
It looks right, doesn't it? Doesn't it look right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I see it now that it's been brought up to me, I'm like, I think that one looks right. So how about it though? But it's like my bologna has a first name. It's Oscar, and then it spells Meyer as well at the end. It doesn't help that it's pronounced Meyer, right? It's not Mayer. Meyer.
Right, Meyer. The Meyer makes me think it should be E.
There's a grocery store chain in the Midwest called Meyer. It's Meijer as well.
J-E-R?
Yeah, it's like German. Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great, too. It's Gucci. I like it a lot.
I was listening to one of the Oscar Mayer Wiener jingles, and it was like, Oscar Mayer Wiener!
Oscar Mayer had a grip on the commercials in the 90s and 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
I had a grip on Oscar Myers.
I kind of did, too. We had Oscar Mayer in the house a decent bit growing up. I did like bologna a lot. Why is bologna pronounced that way? Or spelled that way, depending on how you want to look at it. Is it Bologna? Is it Bologna? Then why doesn't anybody say it?
I don't know. Because English is, in my opinion, the dumbest language.
It's pretty bad. By far the dumbest language I know. I can tell you that. I don't know a dumb language personally.
You've heard it now. We've seen data and different people who have speak foreign languages as their first languages, whatever. They say English is the hardest to learn. I agree. It sucks.
So, reasonable.
Before E, except after C. There's more exceptions to that rule than there are the actual examples.
You're 100% correct. And it's like, we're sounding like A, like way and beige. It's not there either. It's not after C.
It's stupid.
Who came up with I before E except after C? You were literally wrong.
You need shot.
You're dumb and wrong.
Literally, you were
and not just
in the majority.
You're stupid.
Oh my God! You're not just wrong. You're stupid. It's like a quote. That's like a life quote of mine.
That's a great quote, dude. It's kind of an all timer.
Not just wrong. You're stupid.
Alrighty, pal. Well, sorry that you're not going to go perfect 4 for 4, but that was a spelling one, right?
Yeah, that wasn't
this
fair.
One?
The odds were against me.
Technically a spelling one as well. I'm curious if you will get this one right.
There's one spelling one that I am confident in. If this pops up, I'm curious.
I think it's going to pop up, and I think you'll get it right, given what you just said. I bet you get it right. Yeah, because
I'm excited.
The fourth one here, you'll get it.
Not waiting for the picture.
Oh, this is side by side. That's done really nicely, didn't it? How about that?
Wow, it did. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, does Kit Kat have a hyphen in it
or not?
Oh God.
And then I guess for the other one, is there a space or is it one word for the other one that's not hyphenated? Is there one word?
Yeah, it looks like it's almost like one word. Case? Gosh, dude.
Tough, huh? You see these all the time. You call them your favorite candy bar, correct?
A cold Kit Kat is probably my favorite
Kit Kats
candy bar.
Rock, bro. They're definitely my favorite candy bar. Matcha Kit Kats, Japanese ones. Japanese ones.
I feel like I'm on like the $1 Million Question of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I saw a 50 Kit Kat sampler of Japanese Kit Kat flavors over the weekend. It was $40, so I would have bought it. How fun would that be? 50 different flavors?
50 different flavors? How's it even
The Japanese
possible,
ones are crazy. And they are made by
That's
Nestle,
insane.
whereas in the U.S. they're made by Hershey. So if you're wondering why can't I just go to a store and get these fun flavors? Everywhere except the U.S., Kit Kat is made by Nestle. In the U.S., it's made by Hershey. Isn't that weird?
Why?
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
How the actual heck did that happen?
That makes no sense to me at all.
That's why that logo is not their logo here. You're probably thinking of it like a yellowish, beige-ish tint, right? Yeah, that's the foreign logo, technically. But it is spelled the same both places, for what it's worth.
Like on one end, I think the Kit Kat, if it has the hyphen, that'd be kind of funny. Like they could act like it's like a tiny little Kit Kat as the hyphen.
True.
But it definitely looks more correct without the hyphen.
Okay.
So I'm going to lock in that Kit Kat does not have a hyphen.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You're correct, sir. Kit Kat does not have a hyphen, despite what many people think it does. And I just think that one comes down to the nature of Kit Kat's not one word, right? I still don't think Kit Kat is one word. We see the capitalized K's. That's part of their branding. Maybe the strongest part of their branding is having 2 capitalized K's there. But it looks like it's one word. That's kind of weird, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Very, very, very.
And so, yeah. I have a good feeling you're about to go 3 for 4. I don't have much more to say about that one. Do you have anything else to say about Kit Kat with no hyphen?
I thought you said if you said the last one is spelling as well, then yes, I feel pretty good.
It's not spelling.
That's not the one that I thought was gonna be spelling. I thought you were gonna bring out Fruit Loops. I imagine you've seen that one.
I actually can't remember. I know it's Mandela Effect, and I think I've flip-flopped as to what I think on that one. But I think it's FROOT, right?
Yes. It is FROOT. It's like Fruit Loops.
But that has
a lot of people
loops
think
as
it's
the
like
O's in both of the words,
a lot of people think it's like regularly spelled fruit.
Fruity Pebbles are spelled like that. So maybe that's why.
Yes.
No more spelling ones, but I'm very confident you will get this one correct. Very confident. Are you ready, sir?
I'm going to get it wrong. That means I'm going to get it wrong.
No, you've got this. Lock in, bro. Lock in. I'm going to send them side by side again. Again, very obvious what we're looking at here. Which of these Mandela effects is correct?
I think I've seen this one in the past because I agree. I agree with the masses that I'm like, didn't he have a monocle? The Monopoly Man? Does he not have a monocle? I don't think he does, though. I think he is monocle-less, and I'm going to say that the first, picture number 1, with the monocle-less Mr. Monopoly is correct.
I was kind of bummed that this one was in here because I think that's like the poster child for Mandela Effects, truthfully speaking. It's one of them anyways.
Yeah.
That and Berenstain Bears, which is one that I'll elaborate more on in a second. Those ones get beaten to death. And Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear. If you didn't know. Isn't that kind of weird?
It's Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear, you're saying?
Isn't that weird? His name is Smokey Bear. It's not Smokey the Bear, and it's never been Smokey the Bear in any sort of official reference. How weird is that? Remember that sign in Beckley? As you're coming down past Cranberry, back into Beckley from the mall.
What's it say?
It was like a cutout of him in the woods, and it was just the simple Smokey Bear says, remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent
But I definitely thought it was Smokey the Bear says. My parents definitely say Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
So
is it, what's his name?
Monopoly Man.
The other bear's name was Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo. That's Yogi.
Yogi. Is it Yogi Bear or Yogi the Bear? It's Yogi Bear for sure.
I think it's Yogi Bear.
I think it's Yogi Bear.
I think it's Yogi Bear. Yeah.
Because
it was named after Yogi Berra in part. So, yeah.
Oh, of course it was.
Which Baby Ruths are not at all related to Babe Ruth. You know that, right? Isn't that kind of weird?
Is it spelled the same? Is it spelled Babe?
Babe
Ruth?
and Baby Ruth. That's the only difference. Baby Ruths are not that good at candy bars as well. Can we talk about that? Not that good.
I haven't had one in forever, and probably for good reason.
I was going to say there's a reason for that.
Yep.
Yes, sorry for getting so far off topic. The Monopoly Man has never had a monocle. So many people swear he did. Why is that? How does that happen?
I don't know.
I've always thought they're confusing him with the Planter's Peanut because they're dressed the exact same, and he does have a monocle.
He does have a monocle. That's correct. Yes.
Is the Planter's Peanut the only relevant media logo, icon, character, whatever that has a monocle and with a top hat? Has to be, right? Are you Googling that?
Yeah, I want to see like characters with top hats and monocle.
And monocle. To be specific, and monocle.
Yes, and monocle. Yeah, Mr. Peanut. It's showing some guy from like some old Disney movie. Looks like I don't recognize him.
Yeah, I don't know any of these guys. The Planter's Peanut is the only relevant person here, straight up.
Oh, Scrooge McDuck. Well, no, he has glasses. It looks like.
Yeah, I was like, it's not a monocle, right?
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck has glasses, not just
I love Scrooge McDuck, though. He's dope. It's a good character.
Scrooge.
There's no way I just got Count Cannoli in my images. There's no way.
Who's that?
Count Cannoli, if I'm not mistaken, is the main villain from Wario Masters of Disguise on the Nintendo DS. I'd be shocked if he's in anything else. He's like not that far down on my references here. Please tell me I'm right.
You search character with monocle.
It is, yeah.
I have 2 pictures of the Monopoly Man with the monocle before he pops up with that one. This is just the monocle. Oh, the mayor from Powerpuff Girls, he has a top hat and a monocle.
Ooh, good pull. He does.
It's a tiny,
yeah,
it's a small
we're not
little.
confusing him with the Monopoly Man, right? No.
The Count from Sesame Street wears a monocle, not a top hat, but
does. I like Count. He's cool. So, anyways, I think we get the point on that. Planter's Peanut is most likely who they're referring to with that. What's up?
Crap, what's his name? I don't want to ask because I don't think you'll know it.
You do or don't?
What is the guy's name? It starts with an H. What is the bunny's name in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends that runs the place?
Oh, I don't know. Foster's is not a show I watched a lot of, admittedly. I know Cheese and I know Blue. I don't even know the kid's name.
He wears a top hat and a monocle. I'm seeing him here.
Mr. That guy. Mr. Harriman?
Mr. Harriman.
Yeah, I do recognize him. He talks with his eyes shut like this all the time, right? He talks like... Right? Yeah, he doesn't open his eyes.
That's exactly what he talks like.
Except with words, right? Anyways, I hope you appreciate it.
He's not an Undertale villain.
Undertale villain, is that what you said?
Yeah. Undertale? They talk like
I did not get why you were saying Undertale. I'm so glad you did. Thank God. I did not understand why you were saying Undertale until you did that.
It's not just Undertale, obviously, but yeah, it's one of those video games where the characters talk like.
I like it. It gives them a lot of personality because they're all different. I like it.
Yeah. I think it, yeah.
Thank you for playing along with that game, Hern. I appreciate you being a good sport. You went 3 for 4. I thought you would go 4 for 4, and to be fair, the spelling one is the only one that tripped you up. That's it.
Yeah, and that's a surprise to no one.
To no one. I said, I kind of feel bad for this one. It's kind of spelling, actually. Like I said, I kind of hate the Monopoly Man was included there. It's kind of a gimme. And sorry it wasn't more of a game. I didn't make those pictures, and the visual reference is key to giving you the option there. Otherwise, if I'm just like, Curious George, does he or does he not have a tail? It's kind of obvious what the answer to that is. Yeah, but it's obvious. But even if you don't know, you wouldn't be asking if the monkey has a tail if he had a tail. You know what I mean?
I do think that is one. Is that not one that people think he had a tail?
It is, and he never has. Yeah. And it's kind of weird that he doesn't.
Idiots.
I would imagine. Never had a tail,
you idiots.
I would imagine that he doesn't have a tail because they didn't want to draw his tail. Akira Toriyama, the creator of what show, sir? What's the name of that show? With Goku?
Who?
Akira Toriyama. What was that show with Goku?
Oh, Dragon Ball!
Decided to stop. He got Goku's tail out of the canon. Like, he lost his tail, storyline-wise, because he was tired of drawing his tail and animating it. That's literally why. So, and then future Saiyans, he has the tail because he's a Saiyan. Future Saiyans are born without the tail. They all have kids and stuff. None of them have tails after Gohan. So, kind of funny. Yeah. So, I have a personal Mandela effect as we go into the wrap up this episode here. If you don't care to oblige, sir.
Yeah. Bring it.
I'm curious. What games... I'm going to ask you this and kind of pose that as a question. What games among the mainline side-scroller Mario games can you ride in Lakitu's Cloud in? Mainline ones being Mario 1. He's not in Mario 2. Mario 3. Mario World. And the new Soup series. And then all the way up to Mario Wonder. But you're asking
besides the side-scrollers, is what you just said, I think, right?
Just the side-scrollers. In the side-scrollers.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. In the main line side-scrollers, I said, I believe.
World. Can you in 3?
We might want to put a picture of who Lakitu is, because he's not a common name, but I feel like most people that have played these games would know who he is. So if you...
I thought it was Lakitu.
Let's throw a picture up of... I've heard it both ways. I've literally heard it both ways.
Okay.
Lakitu,
I've always said Lakitu.
I've heard Lakitu as well. I say Lakitu.
Yeah. I know you can in World.
Okay.
I don't know if you can in 3. I'm trying to remember him.
What if I told... World is the game that you've maybe played the most ever, right?
You bet to tell me you can't in World?
What if I told you...
in
what would you do if I told you can't World?
I'm trying to think if that's right. And obviously, I know in Mario Maker you can, but obviously that's not the original.
They changed a lot of they retconned a lot of that things to make it more fun for levels.
Yeah.
Well, I won't make you scratch your brain too much harder because you can indeed do so in World. What game have I played the most?
3.
Would you believe me if I told you I swear to high heavens I remember killing Lakitu and riding in his clouds in Mario 3 and you cannot do it?
Is he in 3? I don't remember him being in 3.
Yeah, he is in 3 in a few levels. Yeah. He's a pain in the butt, too. Yeah.
Let me see what he looks like in 3.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have a face for the most part. I think he mostly like hides in the cloud. Definitely looks different than he does in World. And I'll get a little more into the story. You go ahead and look him up. Get a little picture here of him in 3.
It's not even showing him. It's showing. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, he was in 3.
Yeah, he was in 3. You cannot knock him out of his cloud and ride on him. Is that not weird? Does that feel weird to you? You don't even remember being in the game, though.
I do definitely remember after seeing like that. Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, that sprite is memorable, right?
Yeah.
I swear to you, Hern. Here's where it gets weird right here, okay? I am adamant. I have not played Super Mario World, or had not, until about 2018 or 19, I believe. It was 19, actually. Okay? When they released it, the Super Nintendo Online for the Switch was the first time I ever played it. Why is this? I never had access to a Super Nintendo, okay? We did not have the Game Boy Advance game that had Super Mario World on it in the house. Again, I would remember if I played Super Mario World. I'm telling you, I would remember. I've never even played it. I'm pretty good about, here's the Mario games I've played, here's the ones I've beaten, here's what I've never played. I've beaten most of them. I've played a few and not beaten them. There's very few I've not played, especially at this point. I had never played Super Mario World. That was apparently the first game you could kill Lakitu and then take his cloud and ride. I remember that you could not in 1. I remember you could not in 1. I know you stomp on him in 1. He's gone. 2, he's not in. He's not in 2. I remember knocking him out of his cloud. And I remember specifically, hyper specifically here, okay? Hyper specific.
Yes.
I remember my mother showing me that you could do that. Both my parents had played Mario 3 religiously. I remember being shown by my mother that you can knock Lakitu out of his cloud.
You were watching the world the whole time, pal.
It's not true.
What did you know?
Oh, I definitely wasn't. That's the thing. I promise you that wasn't what's happening. So why did I remember
what was
this
happening?
Maybe I remember her telling me you could do that because she had played World, which I'm sure she had. And I know my dad had almost certainly. She's like, you can knock him out of his cloud and get in it yourself. And then maybe I did it wrong, and that's why we couldn't. And then I just remember being told that. Fast forward, new Super Mario Bros. I'm playing it, and I know you can do that as a result. One way or another, it's weird to me. I went back to play Super Mario Bros. 3 5 or 6 years ago. This was post Mario Maker 1. In Mario Maker 1, you can knock him out of his cloud in all of the styles, including the first Super Mario Bros. And do it. I go into 3. Lakitu shows up. Bonk. He's gone.
Bonk.
Hey, yo. Where's his cloud? You can't.
I wish I could see like your face. You're like, what?
That probably would have been a fun moment to be around me during. Yeah. I just wanted some thoughts on that, sir. What do you think's happening there?
I don't know, dude. That's really weird. I'm trying to think right now. Like, first off, I want to respond to that before I say something else.
You're fine.
I don't know. I guess, like you said, I guess you're just thinking of something else, maybe, and maybe you like
have to be.
You had a partial memory of this and a partial memory of that, and you just like melded them together.
And Lakitu's cloud is an item in SMB3, by the way. You equip it, and then you slide over the level without beating it.
Yes,
so
yes, that's
maybe
true.
Maybe I'm confusing it with using it in that too. I don't know. It is his cloud. It's his item. Keep going.
I don't know. I have to imagine you are just
have to be
combining memories, and you're like, well, yeah, that's how I did it. But
again,
not true.
Could not be thinking about me playing World. I promise I had never played it at all, not even at a friend's house, until way later.
I have a couple, I guess I would call them Mandela Effects. I don't know what you call them. But I have one example with my brother and one example with my wife where we have come up where, like, you always said this growing up. And, like, I am 1,000% confident that my brother said this phrase.
Yes.
He's like, no, you did. No, you did. I'm like, no, you did. And we are both.
That's happened.
To our graves.
That's happened
we're
to me.
like, no, you did this.
Uh-huh.
My wife and I, one of our dogs' names is Moose. And we said, like jokingly one day that she's going to open her own vet clinic and we're going to call it the Moose Lodge. Like just being stupid, whatever. And I was like, I came up with that. And she's like, no, I came up with that. I'm like, I promise I did. So how does this happen? How are there times where it's like...
We don't have the answers to it, pal. It's an unknown anomaly.
You're the only two people involved in the situation.
You're both wrong.
Yeah, but yeah,
one of you is anyways.
We were playing Hot Shots Golf 4, one of the best golf games of all time, on like the PS2. My family played the crap out of growing up. And if you hit it in the sand, it would say little words, poof, would pop up on the screens. My brother, growing up, thought it said poo. He did. If you ask him, he will swear that I thought it said poo. So we will
probably because you made it a thing to laugh at him when he said poo for the first time, and so you would say poo every time it popped up.
Yeah,
and then
he's like, you said it.
He's like, you always said it because you said it the first time, bro.
Yeah,
that's probably.
It probably is something like that. We were young, so like that's one of those that like genuinely like. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any way of like proving for sure.
Never.
This one of like who created the Moose Lodge happened like 3 years ago. Somebody did. And me and my wife, we can't agree.
I have a funny example of that, and that's that we have a cat named Luigi, named after the character from Mario, of course. Well, one day we were sitting around, and we decided he looked like a Bob as his middle name. His name is Luigi Bob. We call him Ouija Bobby, whatever.
Ouija Bob.
I would like to call him Ouija Bobbers sometimes, even. I remember telling Kat, my wife, I'm so glad you decided to call him that one day. It's so funny to call him Ouija Bobbers. We had both came up with Bob together. We don't debate that. But she was like, I don't think I did that. I'm like, wasn't me. So I'm giving her credit and she doesn't want to take it. It's so funny you called him Ouija Bobbers that one time. She's like, I didn't call him Ouija Bobbers. Yeah, you did. Kind of weird. I don't know.
It's a similar example. It makes no sense. It's so confusing.
Yeah, I know. And I can hear her saying it for the first time in my head and me. I've registered it right there and on the spot. Like, that's fun. That's cute. We're making that a thing. She's like, I don't remember doing that. I don't think I did that. I think that had to have been you then because it wasn't me.
That's an even weirder one because you're saying she remember and she don't remember. That's even weirder.
I'm giving her credit. Like, you came up with that. And she's like, I did not come up with that. I'm like,
I think you did.
It's great, man. Listen, I feel like someone at home listening right now could absolutely give us an example of a Mandela effect that hits true for them. What's one? Let us know at HeadacheSpot on Twitter. Please. I'm dying to hear from you. I think it'd be fun to hear some Mandela effect stories.
Sure. Your favorite thing.
So, ended up being a very normal episode after all, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good time.
And I left out half a headache, so.
Yeah, right? How about that? Yeah. But, I mean, we were very civilized individuals with how we went about that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. So I'll save my headache. You now know what my next headache's going to be. You know.
I know anyways. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It could be a hot take. You could make that absolutely a hot take, depending on the stance you're going to take on what it is. I don't know what the take is going to be.
I think I could. I could make it a hot take, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just want God's honest truth from you. If your truth is a hot take, then so be it. That's kind of our reality, sir.
Summary of the episode, pal, is that generations. Graduations suck. Overall, sorry, they suck.
A lot of generations
celebrities,
suck, too.
Yeah, especially the boomers.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity speakers at graduation suck.
Pikachu does not have black on his tail.
Djokovic is not good only because Federer stopped playing. Pikachu does not have black on his tail. And it is Oscar Mayer.
With an A.
Mayer, spelled Mayer.
That's facts. Fantastic. All facts, no cap. And Locket, too, could not be rode in Mario Bros. 3. It's cloud anyways.
Off limits.
Off limits. Riding of Black 2.
Sound off with your Mandela effects.
Let us know on Twitter, seriously. At HeadacheSpot. Dying to hear from you.
Seriously.
Anything else from you, Hern?
I'm being so serious. I'm so serious.
Okay.
Series isn't over yet. It will be hopefully over by the time this episode airs. Suck at Boston.
Suck at Boston. Always and forever. Always and forever, Hooday.
Peace.